Hello Capricorn, I am Jess from the Nimbi, bringing you a timeless tarot message. This message is intended to find you when you need to hear something within it most. Let's go ahead and get started with an overall energy for this reading. Universe, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, please guide me to give this Capricorn or this viewer the message that they need to hear most today on their journey. Capricorn, any placement, cross watchers, always welcome. Really, I just intend that this video will find you if you need to hear something within it, regardless of placement. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll start with the overall energy, please, and thank you. Overall energy. Oh. One card, please. One card. Overall energy for Capricorn. That's a lot more than one. That's like 6. How about 1? Oh my god. Okay. I heard top one. I'm taking the top one. See what it is. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. I needed to hear that. Okay. I am a Capricorn sun, so sometimes these messages have little bits and pieces for me to turn your gaze within. It's super easy sometimes to look out. All right, let's see what comes out. Capricorn. Message for Capricorn, please. Message for Capricorn. All right. What do we have for Capricorn today? Thank you. The Lovers and the Knight of Cups. Okay. This card specifically talks about a choice. This is like a choice. I'm hearing choice to go after your love, or choice to receive love. Okay. 7 of Wands. Fighting for what you want. Okay. Thank you. The Hanged Man. Self-sacrifice for the highest good. Can I get one more? Thank you. Death. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Okay. That's a lot of major arcana. So we have 6 cards and 4 of them are major. All right. Choosing the path that you want to go down, knowing that you have all of the tools that you need, just needing to take direction is what's coming through with that Magician. The Death card is like a new beginning. There's a dawn of a new day is what I'm hearing. Dawn of a new day. Interesting that there's kind of like, there's paths here, right? And then this is all paths lead home. It's like no matter what path you take to get, as long as you have a clearly defined manifestation, you're gonna get there either way you go. So I'm being guided to say, like, how painful do you want to make it for yourself? Oof. Sometimes the truth hurts, guys. Let's go with this deck. Okay. All right. Let's start with the Magician, please. The Magician for Capricorn. The Magician. Thank you. The King of Swords in reverse. Holding back words. Holding back truth. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. I just heard that home is the Palace of Swords. Okay, so the Palace of Swords is like representative of this very truthful, honest place with communication, support, clarity, strategy are all words coming through when I think of the Palace of Swords, of being a place. So the king and queen of swords would live in the Palace of Swords. We do have the lovers here, so there could be this sense of really like coming together with somebody that you feel is a very good counterpart for you, but one person's just not there. But I would say that, you know, all paths lead home. All of these paths, it's almost like the Page of Swords. Interesting. You know, if you look, we've got the paths, and then there's this mountain here. It's like maybe just over that mountain where you can't see is the Palace of Swords. And regardless of what path you take, they're all going to go there. Okay. But the king's not there. That's what I'm hearing. The king's not there. He's not in the palace. So maybe this queen, she has spoken her truth, has been her truth, is being her authentic self. She's showing up in the upright, which to me says she is being authentically her. Doesn't have to be gender specific, guys, so just take what fits for you. This person is being true to them. They're speaking their truth. They're cutting the things out of their life that don't belong, that don't serve the highest good, that aren't a good fit for the palace. Interesting. And this King of Swords is showing up as, I mean, he's showing up. He's still a king. He's less clear. He's not being authentic to himself is kind of how it's coming through. He maybe doesn't understand or realize or see what his truth is. It's being blocked. I feel like there's a vision problem here. Maybe he doesn't believe he's a king. But the magician here is saying, define your palace. Define what the Palace of Swords looks like. There's both of these energies coming through. So this could also just be different aspects of yourself, right? The part that takes charge and has initiative and the kind of like action-oriented masculine energy is being blocked right now because maybe you need to focus more on the feminine, more on the nurturing, more on your internal space. So take it that way too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. But either way, like going back to that home within, that home in yourself where you can show up as a complete and authentic whole, you know, bringing in the masculine and feminine within, because we all have both aspects of ourselves. We all have the ability to be dynamic and have drive and action, and we all have the ability to receive and kind of sit back and nurture. So, you know, take whatever message fits for you, whether there is an external energy to you or this is all taking place internally. Okay, so nice. Let's talk about this Lovers card, because this is a choice. This is one more card, please, for the Lovers. Okay. So this is a choice, specifically in this deck especially. He is trying to choose between these three goddesses, right? Like Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera, and I forget who that is, Jason or something. This is like a Greek mythology deck. So he's choosing. He was given this horrible task to pick the most beautiful or whatever goddess, right? Well, that's an impossible task. Like, that poor man. So he, you know, he is having to choose between all of these amazing individuals, and like, how do you do that and walk away alive? And so I'm just gonna go there. That is a choice card, but it is also the Lovers. You know, this is talking about union energies, and then it's clarified the Lovers popped up. I don't know what the other card is, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm going to go here again because it is coming out like the union of self thing, right? So union, I said the Lovers card is a union. And then this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a very independent, self-focused person right here, focused on their their kingdom, right? What they're building for themselves. They've got 9 pentacles. It's a feminine figure in this card, but they're not always. But this person is abundant and solid and strong on her own. And then it's like she's come into union with herself. Because I think the message here too is seeking something outside of yourself is really going to lead to like it's not going to bring you something that you want necessarily. If you're coming into it whole and you're seeking it from a whole clear and well-defined space, then sure, you can have an amazing partnership with somebody. But if you're seeking something outside of yourself because you feel lack, it's not going to be that. You're going to be put in an impossible situation. Okay, so let's talk about this Knight of Cups, please. Thank you. The 8 of Swords, the Strength, and the 7 of Cups. So there's a couple of messages coming through here. Perhaps there is a situation where there is some kind of union wanting to come in, like a union of two energies coming together, not in an external sense, but there is something that is keeping somebody feeling stuck, preventing this union, preventing there from being an offer of love or receptivity of love. I feel this is a very internal blockage, because this is the 8 of Swords. So it's like she doesn't realize that she could really easily get out of this space. You're being called here to have courage, even if there are a lot of choices, to not get lost in the choice, to know that there is one thing that is wanting to come through to you that is for your ultimate and highest good. I do feel this, there's a very strong sense of intuition here, and following your intuition, following your heart, trusting the process. Yeah, I feel like you might get a lot of offers of love, actually, and that's why it's coming through this way. But I think you internally know that like one is what you really, really want. Maybe, okay. And then the other message, which is kind of an interesting message, is that yes, there could be that one that you want, but maybe there's more to experience along the way. And you're just kind of like holding yourself back by thinking that like that something's not the right fit. So one of those messages is going to fit for you, because really, I mean, all of these cups have something good to offer. Yes, there is one here that is like glowing and all the things, and it's kind of hidden and it's in the dark, but like you have to get past here, and maybe you need to explore what that is, so that you can be ready to offer that. It's kind of both of those messages coming through, or to receive that. I don't know why I said offer that. I didn't mean receive that, but apparently it wanted to come out that way. So it's like, no matter what, all paths lead home, right? So if that's the cup you're supposed to have, and the universe wants you to have that cup, no matter what happens on your path, you're still going to end up at that cup. And that's kind of the message that's coming through. Like, don't get stuck thinking that you have to just wait for that one cup to appear. Like, there is the whole purpose of going through this journey down that path, down whatever path you choose, and the things that you encounter are all intended for you to grow. So don't get lost in choice. Know that you're going to end up at the same place regardless of the path that you take. All right, let's see. Let's talk about the 7 of Wands. Thank you. The 2 of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. It's interesting. The King of Swords shows up in the reverse, and the Emperor shows up in the reverse. The masculine energies in this reading are showing up as blocked energies. So again, this could be an aspect of you not taking charge and carrying forward in your life, knowing that you're going to end up where you're supposed to be, or whatever, at your castle, regardless of the path you take. Or there's this external masculine energy that is very blocked, and you're being, maybe you're a feminine and the other party's a masculine. The feminine energy and the masculine energy are being blocked for a reason. There is something, some kind of battle that's going on in between this union, right? We've got the Two of Cups, which is a union card. This fiery battle happening in the middle, and the Emperor in reverse. It's like this battle, whatever this is keeping this Emperor away. I'm not sure what that's all about. Probably it's going to be different for everybody. This Emperor maybe has things that he needs to wrap up before he can be that King of Swords in the upright, before he can be before he can be ready for his Empress to rule an empire with his Empress. This could, though, also be like some sense of self-sacrifice that doesn't really need to happen. Let's talk about this Hanged Man. Tell me about the Hanged Man. The Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's exactly what I was just saying. So in this Hanged Man, I forget the names of these Greek people, the Greek mythology, but this man was hung up, and I think he's the one that gave fire to humans, right? Prometheus, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. So he was strung up on this cliffside for this bird to come and eat his liver out over every single day, over and over and over. And he went through this, but he did that for the highest good of everybody. He did that so that the humans could have fire. So that they could advance as a society and all of that. So there's this sense of somebody doing something like that, self-sacrifice. But this is a burden. This is a burden. It keeps somebody up at night. It gives them nightmares. They're carrying more than they should carry. This is a self-inflicted burden is what I'm hearing. It doesn't have to be this way. I think that whoever is experiencing this energy right now of self-sacrifice is starting to see, or is about to see, that it doesn't need to be this way. This is followed by the Death card. The Death card is the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. With death, like this side, this riverbank isn't always going to be shriveled up and dry. At some point, it's going to look like the other side, right? There's always death and rebirth. It's a cycle. And it's almost, I love this one. So we have the figures down here. There's like somebody offering a crown, somebody offering gold, and then there's this person offering a flower. And it's like, standing up to this big bad god, Hades or whatever, the lord of the underworld, and offering a flower, like just a true offer of love. I'm not going to give you riches, and I'm not going to give you my kingdom. I'm going to give you my love. And it's like, maybe this Hanged Man is realizing that like riches and the kingdom aren't all that it's cracked up to be. They're taking it's okay. I just heard your sometimes your possessions own you, and it's very much that kind of energy where it's like they're just trying to keep the ship from sinking, where maybe it'd just be better if they like floated off in a dinghy or something like that. But it's really like seeing that this innocent offer of love from this person with the flower has so much more potential to bloom. I mean, assume that that's a flower of some kind of fruiting tree or something like that. At some point, that's going to give you nourishment. That's going to help you grow. That's going to be so much better than just some gold and a crown, right? Let's talk about that Death card a little bit more. Tell me about the Death card. Tell me about death, please, for Capricorn. Thank you. The Page of Swords, which is interesting because he's hanging out here right behind the Magician. And there's that Seven of Wands again. So the Page of Swords is a learner, gathering information, kind of like, is just learning, and is in this space of like discovery is what I'm hearing. Space of discovery. I feel like it's discovery of who they are, of their self-worth. He's fighting off all of these other wands that are trying to attack him. He's standing his ground. There's something to that. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. I'm sure it was one of my children. It's like he's discovering what's worth fighting for, almost. And I don't think he's seen that before. And so I think, you know, this discovery process of what is worth fighting for is like leading to the end of something, to the end of probably this self-sacrifice. Like, you know, these people were probably the people that were keeping him in this hanged man position. And he's finally like standing up and saying, no, I'm not gonna do that. This is not for my highest good. I'm seeing now that, you know, riches and kingdoms are not all they're cracked up to be, that love is so much better. There's something to that. So then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands talks about stepping into the new. He's an adventurer, right? He steps into the new. The interesting thing too, that we have both pages here, the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. Pages can also be messengers. So there could be some kind of message coming through, like either verbally or just on an internal space, about this, like kind of how things are, and then also like where they, like the direction to head going forward. Again, though, all paths lead home. That's where we started. Inner authority, right? That's knowing your true worth, intuition, trusting that you're going to get to where you need to go. Turn your gaze within. There is a component here of looking internally, even though this does feel like, I'm sorry, a little bit of both, of the internal space and something external to you. So let's go ahead and grab some advice regarding this spread for Capricorn. Advice regarding this spread, please. Okay. Advice regarding this spread for Capricorn. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So that's that kingdom I was talking about. The Three of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles. Yep. All right. What did I just say? Turn your gaze within. Inner authority. That's what this is talking about. The Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is in the reverse. There are multiple people in this card. This is focusing on things external to you. This guy in the Eight of Pentacles, he is mastering a skill. This represents self-mastery. I do think that this ultimately is going to lead to this Ten of Pentacles having a very stable, abundant place. It's going to, you know, kind of bring this king energy into the upright is really what I'm getting. Yeah. And then the Magician's on the bottom of the deck. This was an awesome read. I liked it. All right, let's grab a fortune. Despair is criminal. Isn't that the truth? Here, let's put that right there on that hanged man. Yeah, despair is criminal. It is ultimately a choice. Okay, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. I hope that this content helps you, resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. Please like, share, subscribe if you want to get more of my tarot readings or my daily oracle messages. And until next time, sending so much love and light. Bye, guys.